Provincial Squad, and welcome back to yet another video on this channel. So you're probably heading from the other video where I just basically reintroduced myself and told y'all I was back, and now you can tell by the title I'm going to be telling you guys a story time about how I sprained my ankle. Woo! It was by far the most worst thing I've ever gone through in my entire life, in terms of pain at least. But before I get into it, you already know the drill. First, like, comment, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you know when I'm uploading. Don't forget to give me a follow on my Instagram, that is at alvera.music. It's linked down below and it's right there on the screen, so let's get into it. This story takes us back to February the 15th to be exact. My mom, prior to the weeks coming to that, was not feeling well. She was quite ill, so she wanted to go jogging. And when she said she wanted to go jogging, I immediately got excited because I was like, okay, she has strength to, like, you know, go jogging. And she was like, are you gonna let me go alone? So I said, of course not, and I decided to join her. Mind you, your girl likes to exercise, but I have a treadmill, so I prefer running on my treadmill rather than, you know, going around the block and all of that stuff, especially in the morning around 7 a.m. because that is when parents are taking their kids to schools and so forth, and it's just, the road is full and it's noisy, and I have sensitive hearing. Keep that in mind because it's going to play a key factor in the story. I have sensitive hearing, so anything loud, it triggers me, it makes me very anxious. So okay, I decided, all right, I'm gonna come with you, mom. I got dressed, put on my, you know, athletic attire. I put on my shoes, my tights, you know, my shirt, and I went out. So I decided to jog behind her because the road is busy. I don't know why we were not on the sidewalk, but then again, we were going uphill, and the way things are just constructed, it's not good for you to be on this treadmill, on the sidewalk. So I was going to be behind her while she goes forward, and I'll be just tagging along, so if anything happens, you know, nothing, we don't get hit. All right, so we start off walking and everything is good, everything is, you know, fine. I'm laughing with her, you know, just having somewhat of a conversation with her, you know, mother-daughter stuff, right? Now we get to the hill, and she's like, I'm going to start running. And she warned me, guys. She warned me. She said, if you're not ready to run, don't run. But me wanting to be this person, I decided, you know what, let me run too. I don't want to be left behind. I don't want to be behind mom while she's far that side, you know, that type of thing. Mind you, my shoes, let me get you the shoe so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Alright, so this is the shoe. It's kind of dirty, don't judge me, but this is the shoe. Look at the back, eh? We're running on tar road, okay? It's slippery. It's going to be slippery, okay? But yeah, I decided, let me go ahead and run. I ran for like maybe 2 minutes and I stopped. Was okay, was all good. Now we are basically in the middle. We are halfway up, and we're now walking a little bit, and then mom decides, you know what, I'm gonna run again. And I'm like, sharp, let me run too, you know, because I'm having this boost of confidence since it went well the first time, right? And I have previously jogged this route like multiple times. Mind you, I've been living in this neighborhood for the past 9 years, so everything is good. But I've never done it in these shoes, mind you. Okay, so she starts jogging again, and I pick up on my running as well. And here comes this car. Then here comes this stupid gray bakkie. And I hear silver, and I hear this car coming, and I get frightened. Because it sounds so loud, and it sounds like it's coming to hit me directly, even though it wasn't. It was far away from me. So what I tried to do is I tried to quickly jump onto the pavement so I don't get hit. That's where everything went bad, guys. Because I was jumping and then I misplaced my foot, and there goes my foot, and I spin out of the way, and I end up tripping over my own foot, stepping on it as well, like just doing all the bad things that could possibly happen. And The car drives by far away from me, and I just sit down on the curb and I'm like, get help. I'm like, Mom, get help. Because the pain that immediately followed after I sat down and the car is gone and I can finally, start seeing things for what it really is. The pain started radiating through my entire leg, even though it was just my ankle. And I'm like, Mom, get help. Get help. Get help, because it was so bad. And I don't cry easily, guys. I don't be crying easily, but I can feel the tears welling up in my eyes. I'm like, Mom, get help, please. And she's like, no, I'm not getting help. What's going on? You're just tripping. I take my shoe off, I take my sock off, and it's immediately swelling. Like, it's already getting swollen. And she's like, just get up. And then I get up, like I get it together and I stand, and she's like, I'm gonna continue running. That part hurt my feelings. Like, that really hurt my feelings. Like, you can see I'm hurt and you're gonna continue jogging. But all right, we're not too far away from the house, so she continues on her jog and I go back home, limp back home, mind you. And I get home, and that's where the stuff really happens. So she gets home eventually as well, and her first thing to do is put heat onto it, apply heat, which is wrong, because my physiotherapist told me that actually once something is an acute injury, you need to put ice. So if you do sprain your ankle, don't apply heat. For the first 3 days, use ice so it can kind of get a little bit better and heal before you start applying heat. But okay, my mom comes with this heated towel and she applies heat, which further destroyed everything, because that just it inflicts more of an injury to the place that is already injured, mind you. So things got a lot worse straight after that. Mind you, I started college this very same day. There's no words to explain what was going on. So my mom is like, college is starting today, do you want to go and turn your stuff in and you can basically start them? Because this college that I'm attending is very, very laid back. I can basically, I didn't need to go through too much when going through admission and so forth. So she was like, you can just go ahead and turn in your application and they'll admit you the very same day, because school had already started that specific day as well. So I was like in so much pain. I was crying. I wanted to stay home at first. I was like, let me just let this opportunity pass. But then I was like, after thinking about it, I was like, this is probably my only opportunity. So got my stuff together and I went. So me here limping, I went to now the principal, is that what you call them in college? Headmistress. Yeah, I went to the headmistress office and talked to her. She kind of gave me a rundown of what to expect with the course and so forth, and boom, I went for it. So I decided to come back for the afternoon class, because class runs from 7 all the way to 5 p.m. So I decided I would come at 2 o'clock. And yeah, so I went home, and by this time my foot is giant. It's huge. I don't know why I didn't go and see a doctor at that moment, but I didn't go. My foot is giant. It's swollen. It's throbbing. And I'm just in tears at this point as soon as I get home, because I'm like trying to hold it together, but it's just not working, guys. It's not working. And I'm also just like shocked at myself, because I usually can keep it together, but I couldn't keep it together, guys. I just couldn't. So 2 o'clock rolls around and I'm just in bed and I'm like, yo, am I going to make it to this class? Because I don't feel like there's anything that can possibly make me feel good. So I get a bunch of medications, and then as well as sleeping pills. I don't know why the hell I took sleeping pills and I'm about to go to class, but I took these sleeping pills and I went. And I meet my classmates and so forth, my new people, and whilst the lecture is going on, I'm trying to keep it together, guys. Like, I'm trying not to fall asleep. But basically the entire week rolled by and things were just getting worse. I couldn't walk. I had to use a crutch, and it was just things are just not improving, guys. My foot was huge. It was huge. Like, I don't even know what to show you. Like, okay, my foot is this size, right, usually, but it was like this. It was just bad. I was limping. It was just not good, guys. No bueno, okay? So after a couple of weeks, things are still just not okay. And by this point, the bruising had started. So this discoloration was just making things look a lot worse. So then that was then when I decided to go see a doctor. So I went and I saw my doctor, my home doctor, and he was like, this is odd because usually you sprain your ankle this way. I sprained it in an odd manner, so I had to go to a physiotherapist. Went to the physiotherapist, and I ended up having five sessions, yes. And she was just like, how'd you do this? And it was just so bad, guys. Like, going through it, she would massage my foot every day. It was like so painful, but I eventually got better. Till this day, I still do have somewhat of a scar. There was even a moment where my skin started swelling, and that usually happens due to all of the inflammation that happens on the foot. So your skin would stretch, and now that my foot has gone back to its normal size, then the skin just started falling off, all of the dead skin and the skin that had stretched to its capacity. So that came off, and now I just have like a scar, a huge scar. I would show you guys, but your girl be having ugly toes. Y'all ain't gonna see none of that. I'll insert a clip though of when it immediately sprained. I will do that. So yeah, my foot makes odd noises now when I walk. It snaps. So that's my new reality. But anyways, that's the story time about the time I sprained my ankle. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you didn't like and comment and subscribe yet, go ahead and do that. And I love you all so much. Catch you guys next week, and stay safe.